Y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. As you can see, y'all, we are ootin' a boot. We are going a completely different way. Y'all probably don't even recognize this way. So I'll tell you what, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I will get us on the road going that way, and then I'll tell you what we're up to. Oh, y'all, I find roundabouts dicey enough just driving in them. I don't need to be trying to drive and talk in a roundabout, but now we're on the straight road, so I can chat with you. So yeah, you might notice, this is not a road we normally take. We are headed way ootin' a boot. I have to go 12, actually about 14 whole miles away from the house. I know, we're not used to this kind of traveling, so I'm going to physical therapy, but I have to go see Katie at the big office, not the little office where we usually go and see her. So that's what we're doing. We're heading out to Calorie, which is like the big city, to see Katie where, and I'm going to have to see if I can remember what machine it is she says she's going to use on me. She says she has some kind of machine she's going to use on my hips, and she says hopefully that will help. She says it's going to hurt, but hopefully it'll help. So I don't know, we'll see. Quick update, I am feeling better, still not great, still sore. My knee is kind of screaming right now, but I'm definitely gradually getting better. Been doing my exercises. I skipped everything. Well, I mean, I rode the bike, but I didn't do my PT one day this week because the intern and I went to the movies, and whilst at the movies, I ate a big old bucket of popcorn, like the big bucket of popcorn, and I made myself a little ill eating the popcorn. So I planned to do my PT when I got home, and I did not do my PT when I got home, but that's all right. So been doing my PT, been getting looser. Everything's all good. And I'm sure I told y'all last week that Katie said that, and of course Katie is my physical therapist. We know this. I'm sure I did not tell y'all this. So, and I don't know if this person watches my videos, so I'm going to try to speak carefully when I say this, but I dated somebody like decades ago we'll call this ex Fred, because I've never dated a Fred. So Fred had a friend who went to a either psychiatrist or psychologist and said care provider's name was Simon. So they always just referred to this shrink as Simon. So then Fred, the guy that I dated, was seeking counseling at one point, and he refused to say the word like psychiatrist, psychologist. He just called it his Simon. So then that was like our code name forever for like a mental health provider was just a Simon. So now when I talk about Katie, who is my physical therapist, I just call her my Katie, right? Because she's my, like, the only physical therapist I go to. So she's my Katie. She's not my PT. She's my Katie. So anyway, my Katie, I think I told you last week as we were leaving that my Katie said that originally we thought, and probably I did, have tendonitis in my left knee. Well, it had calmed down significantly, and that the pain in my knee now was probably referred pain from the nerve issues that I had going on from jacking up my hips. So I don't know if we ever even talked about, Katie and I talked about it, but that I had this like over-the-counter brace strap thing that I was using on my knee to support that tendon, which she said, like, those are totally legit as long as you put them on in the right place. So she, showed me where to use it, but then once the tendonitis calmed down, she's like, you can keep using that if you want to. Like, if it gives you comfort, go on ahead and use it, but it's probably not tendonitis that's making your knee hurt. So yeah, if you feel better, I need to tip y'all down a little. Hang on, excuse the big hand in your face. If it gives you comfort when you're riding, use it. But so the way she said it, I was thinking like, that's a placebo. Like, you don't really need that. So I used it so I saw her a week ago. Today's Thursday, so it's like been 6 days. So I wore it the first couple of days, and then I stopped wearing it, and I don't know that I really noticed any difference. So it was a placebo. Like, I think it helped me for a while, but then once it helped me, it fixed, or at least helped relieve the tendonitis. Plus she used that TENS thing on my knee to help the tendonitis, so it was just better. And my knee was taped, like professionally taped. So I know I sought actual professional, like, medical help. Y'all hush. Nobody asked you about me diagnosing myself. Quit it out. So now my next question is going to be, because y'all know how I love me some like athletic, like kinesthesiology. So in education, we talk about kinesthetic learners. And I think in medicine, the tape is kinesiology tape. So those two words get mixed up in my brain. Anyway, y'all know how I love me some tape. But, and we talked about it last week, and Katie's like, it's not, because immediately I was like, well, is it going to make me weaker if I use tape? She's like, no, but if I don't need it, I don't want it. So now I wonder if, you know, because my knee, I mean, I took it off today because I'm going to see her, but typically my knee is taped and my back is taped. And I definitely think I still need it on my back. But I wonder if, since there's really nothing actually like anatomically wrong with my knee, if I don't need tape on my knee. So I don't know, we'll see. I don't know why I'm even telling y'all all this, except that we have a 20-minute drive. So I'm not going to sit here and yap at y'all for 20 minutes. Usually we talk all the way to PT, but that's when it's only like 3 minutes up the road. So I tell you what, I'm going to go see my Katie, and I will see y'all over there afterwards and let you know how it goes, because I think I'm a little bit nervous, because she always does things to me that are uncomfortable, like she twists and turns and pulls and shocks and stuff, and the fact that she warned me that this is going to hurt has me a little bit like this. So I'm going to let y'all go so I don't sit here and just yap at you for the next 15 minutes. And I will check back in afterwards and let you know how the thing goes, let you know what she says, let you know how I'm feeling, and then let you know what we're going to do. Because, of course, we're going to do some stuff. We're going to talk about some food. I have no idea what we're going to make yet, but we're going to make something. And I'm hoping, she already said that I could lift weights, but I'm going to check with her again today and tell her, like, what I want to start doing, and get her to clear me again before I do it, so that if I hurt myself, at least I can say, well, I thought I was okay to do it. So I might lift some weights later, but I'm going to check with Katie first. So I'm going to go do that, and then I will see y'all over there and let you know how things go. All right, so I will see y'all in Cloquet. Well, that was a lot. So she told me the name of the thing. I immediately forgot it, but the thing that we were coming, well, I mean, I was coming here because this, anyway, nobody cares. This office had a thing the other office doesn't have that she warned me was going to hurt. I know I told y'all all this like 10 seconds ago. What it does is it uses sound waves, and it's like high frequency sound waves or like high intensity sound waves to cause contractions and like to cause things to contract and not contract anyway. So that's what that was. It was exceptionally uncomfortable. And I think y'all know this, that Katie has worked on my shoulders, like, well, this shoulder first and then this shoulder. This shoulder was very, very stubborn. I had bursitis and a torn supraspinatus. Is that a thing? I feel like that's the muscle that I tore when I was teaching in the public school classroom. Don't get me started on that. That is a story for another day. But anyway, so, I mean, this was like seriously like a year and a half of PT to get this shoulder fixed. But I think it was then that she first used this thing on me, and like it zaps, but it's not, again, it's sound. And y'all, so she did it on my knee and my SI joint. I'm pointing like can you see? Maybe you can see. And she's like, well, do you want me to start on your knee or your SI joint? I'm like, I don't know. So she started on my knee, and I swear it felt like, so she said it needs to be uncomfortable, but like not so you can't take it, like not torture. It felt like somebody was like mashing on my kneecap with a rock. It was very uncomfortable, but like if it makes things better, it's all good. And like once she stopped, it didn't hurt anymore. So we did that for a while, and then she did it on, it wasn't nearly as bad on my hips. Like there were a couple of points where she hit that I was like, ooh, and it went like from my pelvis all the way down my leg. So I'm guessing we found whatever it is that's messing up all the things. So we did that. We did not tape my knee because, you know, I asked her about the whole, is it a placebo? She's like, well, not necessarily. It is like supporting your knee, and if it makes you feel better, who cares? I was like, well, I care. So we didn't tape it, but she's like, we're gonna know pretty soon. Like if it's really helping you, we'll know pretty quickly. So we did all that, and now I'm headed home. I know I just told y'all like 5 minutes of absolutely no information about anything, but I'm headed home, and I need to do some work, but she did say I could lift weights, but like to be normal, like to take it easy, and if things hurt, not to do them, and like some things not to do, like obviously don't do like weighted deadlifts and stuff. So we talked about things that I can do. So I think I am good. We'll see how I feel after, all of that. But I think I am going to lift some weights. So I'm either going to go home, put together something, or go home, lift some weights, and then put together something. And here's what I'm thinking. We've talked about how like it's just turned fall, or it is turning fall. And I know in some places school's been in for like a month. Well, here school just got in. And for many of my students, the kiddos that I work with, they're just starting school. So my schedule has changed a lot in like recently. So it's still pretty hectic. So what I'm thinking is, let's come up with, and we talk about snacks all the time. So I don't think we've ever like truly done, or at least not in a while, we haven't truly done a top 10 snacks, because I'm always like, well, hemming and hawing and this and that, and I hate to limit myself to a top 10, because sometimes that's just not enough. So, and I'm already starting to think that I need to back out of this top 10 idea, because is that really enough? Let's come up with our list of top snacks that we like to keep around, for like top high protein, low point snacks to keep around that are like easy to put together, or I think more specifically that you can put together ahead of time. So like if you are planning for like a work week or something, or a school week, things that you can maybe put together on the weekend and use throughout the week for snacks for yourself, or even snacks for the youngins. Like if you're trying to get them to snack healthily, what are some good ideas? So let me get to the house, and we'll either reconvene in the kitchen and talk snacks, or I'll go ahead and lift some weights and then I'll meet you in the kitchen. Either way, we're going to lift some weights probably. If not, we're just going to go back to stretching. And I learned a new stretch, which I might or might not show y'all depending on how ridiculous it looks when I do it. But Katie's been talking about this for a few weeks, and we were finally at the office where she had the picture of this. But to do, because, she gets my hips in alignment, and then through the week they get kind of wonky. Well, this week they have become gradually less wonky. Like, I mean, it's getting better, but like every week that I see her, they're back out of alignment. So she has this exercise for me to do, and I can only do it on one side, which is going to drive me insane. But I have this new exercise to do that now that my hips are in alignment, that it'll help drive my left hip back to where it needs to be, or keep it where it needs to be when it tries to get out of alignment. So I'm going to either lift some weights, or because I feel like I've been neglecting my yoga, and that's part of why I was so stove up. Y'all, the things that she did to me to get the muscle that was all stove up to release, I never want to go through that again. So I'm gonna be doing some more yoga. So we'll either do some lifting of the weights, or some yogaing. We'll put together some snacks, and of course we'll make something. So let me get home and we'll get all those things going. All right, so I will see y'all back at the house.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black.
All right, y'all, that's all done, and we have made it to the kitchen. So we were going to talk about snacks, like my top 10 Weight Watcher snacks. And y'all saw, when I even first came up with this brilliant idea in the car, I was already nervous. That's not why I am making this game time decision to change my plan and talk about something else. It is not because I was nervous at the idea of trying to limit myself to just 10 snacks. It's because this. I think instead of talking about snacks, we should talk about, because like we're trying to focus on how to be successful, right? Like making good decisions to help ourselves be successful on whatever our eating plan is. If it's Weight Watchers, if it's low cal, high protein, whatever it is, what kind of things, like what kind of decisions we should be making, what kind of things we should be keeping around the house. And I think I was kind of jumping ahead. We talked about snacks not long ago, and we talk about snacks often, but I think I was kind of jumping the gun, jumping to snacks. And instead of talking about snacks today, I want to just talk about sort of a general list, because we haven't done this in a while. Just a general list of things that I keep on hand that help me make good choices. And y'all stop. I know I did not make a great choice eating a bucket of movie theater popcorn the other day, but we all have our weaknesses. So y'all know popcorn is a huge weakness for me. So we're going to put that in the rearview mirror. We're going to leave that behind us. We're going to move on and talk about the things that I actually keep around the house to make good choices. So I started dragging stuff out. So I have kind of a hodgepodge of things on the counter, but it occurred to me that that's where I get into trouble, is I'll have stuff on the counter and I'll be like talking about one thing and be like, oh, here's this, and get dragged down a rabbit hole talking about something else. So instead of dragging all the things out and having them on the counter, I'm going to try to focus on my list and just like, I'm going to have early morning editing Danielle just stick in some pictures of a lot of the stuff, because a lot of this stuff is crinkly and it bugs me. So I don't know why I felt a need to say that, like y'all would have seen it when it happens. But anyway, let's talk about things that if we keep them on hand, like keep them in the house or keep them easily accessible, hopefully they'll help you make good, well, they help me make good choices. All of these things, when I say you should do this or you should do that, what I'm saying is I should do this and I should do that, or these are the things that I do to help myself make good choices or to sort of keep me away from bad choices. So I have, like I said, I have my list and I have it somewhat organized, and I want to start with proteins because that's kind of where I sort of start all of my planning, like all of my meal ideas, snack ideas, all the things. I try to start with protein. And y'all know one of my biggies is non-fat plain Greek yogurt. So that's cute. You can tell I just took this one straight out the fridge. This is the one that I've been, like, I opened it this morning. I used it for my breakfast. So I use non-fat plain Greek yogurt for lots of things. And y'all, I don't buy the fancy one. I just buy this is the Walmart brand. I'll buy the Walmart one. I buy the Sam's Club one. Wherever I am, I just buy the big bucket of plain non-fat Greek yogurt. And I use it in my breakfast in the mornings. I'll make an overnight oats, and I mix that, like I put Greek yogurt in that, and I mix it with a bunch of Greek yogurt in the morning and some thawed frozen fruit. That's my breakfast with some fresh fruit. So I use a lot of Greek yogurt for that. I keep a 0-point ranch dip mixed up in my fridge all the time. I should air quote ranch dip, because y'all, all it is non-fat plain Greek yogurt with the powdered Hidden Valley Ranch dip. I mix that with some garlic powder or onion powder to cut the sweetness, put a little bit of salt in it, mix that up, and I use that for many, many things. I use it as an actual dip. So like I'll dip my carrot chips in it, dip other veggies in it, cucumbers, celery, like really like whatever veggies I'm eating, I'll dip those in that. I use it in place of mayonnaise. So I use it as a spread on my bread for sandwiches. I use it, we'll talk about meat in a can. I use it when I make tuna salad or like chicken salad, any of those. Y'all, I don't use even low-fat mayo. I don't use for anything. The only reason I have mayo in my house right now is because my mama was visiting, and so I bought some mayo for her. But I use my fat-free ranch dip for all of that. I'll use non-fat plain Greek yogurt in place of sour cream in lots of stuff. And you can sub it for other things. I don't really do all that, but I go through, like, this is let me show you. I just opened this morning. I'm about to embarrass myself. I might have opened it. No, I did. I was going to say I might have opened it last night. No, I opened it this morning. And it's like this much empty. Y'all, I eat a lot of Greek yogurt, but it's 0 points on Weight Watchers. And I like it, and it fills me up. So I keep non-fat plain Greek yogurt on hand all the time. This one was, I think this bucket is $3.54 at Walmart. I find that the Walmart ones are cheaper than Sam's. But y'all, I am a lazy Sam's Club shopper. I do Instacart for my Sam's because if I go to Sam's, seriously, y'all, not last time I went to Sam's, but I've been known to go into Sam's Club to get like 4 things and leave with, I make the joke that I leave with the unicorn costume. But it's not a joke because I have actually done that, left with like a stuffed unicorn head blanket costume. So I try not to go to either Sam's Club or Costco. So I use Instacart to shop at Sam's, and it adds a little bit, like a few percent to the cost of everything. I say all of that. I tell y'all way too much about my life, but it might just be because of that the yogurt, the non-fat plain Greek yogurt at Sam's is more expensive for me than the Walmart one because of that little bit of a price bump because I use Instacart. So it's cheaper for me to buy it at Walmart, but when the intern goes to Sam's, he buys me the big buckets there. So anyway, non-fat plain Greek yogurt, and I keep the Oikos, either Oikos Triple Zeros. These we buy in those big old boxes from the Sam's Club, or you can get these same, you can get Oikos ones anywhere, but Walmart has is it Great Value? Whatever the Walmart, yeah, Great Value brand, single serving Greek yogurt. So these are 0 points. These are 2 points for this thing, but like it's done, right? It's like it's a little self-contained 2 point, and it's the 000, right? It's like no added, I almost said no protein. That's not right. 15 grams of protein, no added sugar, no artificial sweeteners, and no fat. Those are the zeros. So self-contained 2 points. You open it, you eat it, you got 2 points, you're done. So you know, like you don't have to measure anything, you don't have to mix nothing. So I like that. I like these early in the morning because I get up early in the morning to work. So when I'm up early in the morning and I don't feel like messing with anything, mixing anything, nothing in with nothing, I like these. So I keep these around for that. What I was going to say about the Walmart brand ones, they're cheaper. If you're buying them at, like, if I buy them at Walmart, I'll buy the Walmart brand ones because they're cheaper and I like them just as well. But I like the convenience of buying like the big old box of these at the Sam's Club. So these are, you can get them like a dozen of these in the big old box at the Sam's Club. So whatever, either which way, I like to keep these around. Just like the other day when I'm going to air quote and say when I was so sick. Y'all, I wasn't sick. I made myself sick eating a bucket of popcorn with butter. Y'all, I had them put that yellow colored butter flavored oil on my popcorn. I know. It was my own fault. And I knew, like, when I got down to the bottom, don't even let's talk about it. Y'all know. Anyway, so we came home and I was not feeling well. So I just ate one of these. Like, I didn't want to mess with anything. It was nice to have this. It was just easy. It calmed my stomach. Didn't make me feel a whole lot better, but it didn't make me feel any worse. And I got some actual food on my stomach. So I like to keep these around for those kind of situations where I just don't feel like messing with stuff. So Greek yogurt. I also love the big bucket of cottage cheese. Now, this is from Sam's, and it's 2 point, it says 2 point low fat, so it's like 2 point milk fat, whatever. I don't know how you're supposed to say it, but there is fat-free cottage cheese out there. There is 1% milk fat cottage cheese out there. But our Sam's, our like big box store, carries the big bucket of 2%. So I get the big bucket of 2%. One, because it's cheaper. Okay. I was going to try to act like I was something about something. No, just because it's easy. I like to have the big bucket of cottage cheese. This lasts me about a week and a half, And then after a week and a half, I go get another bucket of cottage cheese. I don't got to worry about nothing. And so it's a few points. I'm not sure exactly what the pointage is. I'm not even going to guess and embarrass myself, but we'll get to fruit in a minute. But I will eat a can of 0 sugar added canned fruit with some cottage cheese. It is super filling. It's a great snack. I love canned fruit with cottage cheese. I don't know why. It probably goes back to my simple country upbringing, and that's what we had for a snack when I was a kid. I don't know. I don't know why. You know what, y'all? It's probably, remember that, I don't even know if they still make it, but that fruit cocktail you could get in a can that had like one grape in it, and then it was all like, anyway, I just had a flashback to eating that when I was a kid. That's probably exactly why I like fruit in a can with cottage cheese. But I do like it. And the fruit in a can is 0 points. So I do a 0 point, like whole can of fruit, throw that in a bowl with some cottage cheese. Fantastic. Fills me right up. And I count the points for the cottage cheese, no points for the fruit. Filling snack, Bob's your uncle, move on. So I keep a bucket of cottage cheese around. While we're on protein, let's talk about eggs. And I'm not going to drag the eggs out. Y'all know what eggs look like. Here are some eggs. Let's talk about eggs. I keep boiled eggs in the fridge all the time. They're a fabulous snack. You can make them into stuff. Like I keep saying, we're going to talk about meat in a can. We're going to talk about meat in a can. But if you make like a tuna salad, which we'll talk about, you can chop up a boiled egg, throw it in there, beef up your tuna salad. You can make deviled eggs. And if you make a deviled egg with that 0 point ranch dip instead of mayo, 0 point deviled eggs, and just use a coarse ground mustard to kind of like cut out the Greek yogurtness of the ranch dip. So all you do is peel your egg, cut it in half, scoop out the yolk like you do to make a deviled egg, mush up your yolk, throw in some of that 0 point ranch dip, squeeze in some coarse ground mustard, mix it up, scoop it back in your egg, and you have a 0 point deviled egg that's tasty and it's a filling snack. So you can do deviled eggs, you can do eggs in your meat salad. You can do eggs in, just like if you're eating a green salad, chop you up some egg and throw it in there. You can do scrambled eggs. Y'all, I love grits and scrambled eggs. So I'll do a package of grits, which is 2 points, like 2 or 3, okay, really always 3 eggs scrambled with a little bit of buttermilk. Mix that up, mix it in with my grits, and then put a little bit of fat-free cheddar cheese on top, which fat-free cheddar cheese is not on my list, but y'all, I have that in the house all the time because I will sprinkle that on top of many, many things, including my grits and eggs. So package of grits, 3 eggs, a little bit of cheddar cheese, 2 points for that whole bowl of food. And if you're really hungry, toast you a couple of slices of Sara Lee Delightful bread, which also is not on my list, but it should be because that is fabulous to keep around. That's 1 point per slice bread. So we'll talk about that when we get to our canned meat and lunch stuff. But if you're really hungry, make you some grits and eggs, a little bit of cheese on top, couple slices of toast. That's 4 points now because 2 points for the toast, 2 points for the grits, no points for anything else. And y'all, now you're stuffed. So you're done eating and make it for breakfast. I make it for dinner all the time. So that's a way that I eat eggs often. You can fry you some eggs, make you an egg sandwich. Again, no points for the eggs, a point for each slice of bread. Throw you some lettuce and tomato on there. Fabulous sandwich. We've talked before about egg muffins, right? Just whip you up some, I just whip my eggs up just plain. I don't put anything in them, and get you some muffin tins and put stuff in the like muffin tin cups. Like I do vegetables, or I've done turkey lunch meat. I've done bacon because y'all, real bacon is only 1 point per like slice of bacon. So you can put some bacon in there. You can do broccoli and cheese. You can do bell peppers. You can do anything that, my thought is anything that would be good in a quiche, you can put in one of these egg muffins. So put it in your muffin tin and then pour in your egg. Stick it in a 350-degree oven, and y'all bake that till your eggs are done because you don't want them squishy because that would be gross. But mine go for about 25, maybe a little bit north of 25 minutes, and then let them cool, and you can serve them straight out the pan or cool them and either refrigerate them and serve them the next few days, or cool them and freeze them. And then you can just thaw them and serve them whenever you want them. So that's a great way to keep eggs around for a quick, easy snack or meal that's low points, high protein, and easy to manage. All right, let's talk about some meats, because protein, we got to talk meat, right? Y'all, I always have chicken around. I have frozen chicken in my freezer. I'm not going to get it out because it's cold and rattly, so I'll just stick. Y'all know what chicken looks like, but I have frozen chicken in my freezer all the time. Y'all know I get tenderloins when the intern goes shopping because he brings me fancy stuff. But if I go shopping myself, I just buy regular old chicken breast, and those I'll grill, or I'll slice them up. Well, if it's tenderloin, I won't slice them up because they're already cut. But I'll slice them up and stick them in the air fryer and make my own like grilled chicken fingers. So those, like, you can either eat then, or I'll stick those in the fridge for a snack, so that like if I'm busy, I'm hungry, like in between classes or something, and I just want a quick snack, those are a great way to curb your hunger and keep yourself from snacking on things that you should not be snacking on, is those leftover chicken fingers. So chicken I keep around all the time. Ground turkey I always have. I have in the fridge right now, but again, I'm not going to take it out because it's rattly. But I buy the 99% lean ground turkey, and y'all, I use this for all the things. I will brown ground turkey and mix it with like mashed cauliflower and corn. Fabulous, easy meal. I'll do ground turkey with rice and black beans and corn. Dinner's done. And we've done this together, ground turkey meatballs, and those you can like eat them hot, or you can just stick them in the fridge, eat them as leftovers. And to me, they're easy because you don't have to worry about heating them up as much as what the intern calls real meat, because he calls ground turkey zombie brains. But you don't have to worry about heating up ground turkey as much as you do ground beef, because for these ground turkey balls, the 99% lean, there's no fat. And to me, the like kind of squeegee, like gross part of cold meat is the cold fat. That's ugh. So I'll eat the turkey meatballs cold, or heat them up just a little bit just to knock the edge off and eat those. So ground turkey I keep around all the time. I keep frozen shrimp and fish in the in the freezer, because it's frozen. So I keep frozen shrimp, I keep frozen tilapia and frozen salmon all the time, because y'all, those are so easy. They're quick to thaw. You can grill them. I grill them like on the grill, because where else do you grill? But on tin foil, just put tin foil on the grill. I'll put a little bit of seasoned olive oil on there, thaw my fish, throw it on there, and literally in like 5 to 7 minutes, they are done. And then I'll serve those with either some rice and black beans, or the tilapia, y'all, makes a fantastic fish, either taco or burrito. So quick, so easy, and really filling. And I am going to go down a rabbit hole on this one, because I always forget to talk about salsa. So on tacos, burritos, eggs, any kind of thing, salsa. Many, many salsas are 0 points. Now, some salsas have sugar, so you just need to be careful. Find you a salsa that you like and I was going to say that doesn't have sugar, but y'all just check the points. Find you a 0 point salsa that you like and keep that around, because you'd be surprised how many places, like how many times you add salsa to stuff. And I buy the chunky salsa because it's just more, because it's chunky, it's just more filling, and like it's more filling for 0 points. So salsa, the burrito and taco made me think of salsa. So salsa, even though it's not protein. All right, we're still on meats. Let's talk about meat in a can. There's lots of different meat in a cans you can get. Some of them get a bit spendy, like you can get real legit crab in a can. You can get all that stuff. And I mean, if you do, I don't. That's a bit fancy for me, but y'all, I will buy chicken in a can. So this is the Maker's Mark. I think this is the Sam's Club. It's either Sam's or Costco. So this is the big old chicken in a can. I will buy, or the intern will bring me. Yeah, it's Sam's Club. The intern will bring me. These come, I think, 6 to a pack maybe, but this is chicken breast, so it's 0 points. Y'all, I will pop the top on a chicken in a can and eat that with green salad. I will This or tuna, you know, tuna, everybody knows tuna in spring water, but either the chicken in a can or tuna in a can, drain it, mix it with some, did we already talk about this? Some fat-free ranch dip and coarse ground mustard. So instead of mayo, just use your fat-free ranch dip. With coarse ground mustard, you can throw in, I like dill pickle relish, but whatever kind of pickle relish you like, mix it up, and y'all, you've got a 0 point, I don't know what to call it other than like a meat salad, like a tuna salad or a chicken salad for sandwiches. I like to throw that in a big old bowl of, y'all know how I love the Sam's Club spring mix. So I will mix up a big old can, or I will eat this straight out the can. So like I'm telling y'all too much about myself, but I'll like get a fork full of chicken in a can and just get a fork full of salad and just eat just like that. But if you're more civilized, you can mix you up, make you a salad of chicken, you know, like with the fat-free ranch dip and mustard, and use that in your green salad, no points. And then we made buttermilk, the low-fat buttermilk dressing a couple weeks ago. You can use either just that, which that's a bit sweet for me, or do that with, mix it up with some low-fat ranch dip. So those two together will be 1 point. Use that with your green salad and your chicken salad. So good, so filling. So yeah, I keep all of these around all the time, all the time. I also keep lunch meat. So I told you about the bread. I keep lean ham and turkey around all the time because y'all, at lunchtime, by the time I'm eating lunch, I've been up and working for probably, I don't know, 9 or 10 hours now. I've worked out, I've eaten breakfast. It's not like it's the first time I've eaten all day, but I'm tired and I'm hungry. So I am primed to make a bad choice. So I try to always have easy, quick, good choices on hand for lunch. And often I simply make myself a meaty sandwich, and that would be my 2 slices of Sara Lee Delightful bread with some ham and turkey, and then often I just do lettuce. I don't even bother with the tomato. Put a few slices of lettuce on there, my fat-free ranch dip, some mustard, and then I use y'all know the hummus that we make, right? We make a sun-dried tomato hummus or a roasted red bell pepper hummus, which I'll link that video here, how we make our hummus. But so I'll use hummus and ranch dip as a dip for some carrot chips instead of like potato chips or anything, because y'all, if I start eating potato chips or like tortilla chips or something, I don't always make the best choices with those. So I just try to avoid eating them. So I'll eat a sandwich with carrot chips with hummus and ranch dip, which is so filling. And y'all, I'm a snacker, hence the bucket of popcorn at the movies. But when I'm sitting and snacking, it's mindless for me. So if I can have a 0 point snack, then it's all good. So that's lunch. I keep sandwich stuff around. I keep these around. So if I have time or if I have the wherewithal to make myself a salad, I'll do that. But I have to have good, easy, quick, good choices for lunch, or things can go south very, very quickly. Some just sort of general things I try to keep around all the time. I try to keep, I don't know why I felt a need to do this instead of showing you a picture of this rattly thing, but fresh bell peppers. The intern likes bell peppers, and I like them as well. I'm fine with green bell peppers. The intern's a bit fancy with his bell pepper taste. He likes the colored bell peppers. I'm just kidding. I mean, he does, but of course I have colored bell peppers for him. So I try to keep colored, good Lord. I try to keep bell peppers around just because we both like them, and it's easy to either cut them up and we just snack on them or saute them into things that I'm making. So I keep bell peppers around. Of course, we talked about salad mix. I keep tomatoes, cucumbers, carrots, all of those things I have on hand all the time. I have cans of beans. I always have black beans. I have chickpeas for my hummus. I keep cans of corn. I keep green beans. I keep cans of green beans for the humans in the house, and I keep fresh green beans for the furry felons. But I keep green beans. Did I say corn? I keep corn. Whilst we're talking corn, I know that, well, no, we'll do that at snacks. I'm sticking to my list. So I try to keep veggies around. I keep fresh, canned, and frozen veggies. I don't have a whole lot of frozen veggies right now, but I will come wintertime because, y'all, I live in the Midwest and it gets very cold here in the winter, and it's not always easy to get nice, fresh stuff in the winter. So that's when I sort of revert to frozen stuff. So, but you know what I did, y'all? It's in the freezer. I found frozen avocado. I haven't had the actual like guts to try it yet, but I'm out of fresh avocado, so that's going to be soon. So I'll let you know how that goes. But anyway, I revert to frozen stuff in the winter when I can't find fresh stuff. So I keep veggies around, and y'all, I try to eat a fruit or a veggie with definitely with every meal and kind of every time I eat, because I just feel like that's a good, easy way to add volume to my food without adding points, and it adds vitamins. Vitamins are always good. So veggies, fruit, while we're talking fruit, I always have bananas, apples, got me some more Honey Crisps. I've been buying peaches. I got peaches. I figure while they're still around, I'm going to get peaches. I have oranges over there. So I keep fruit around. I eat fruit every day. I eat a banana. I eat multiple bananas a day. We make a chocolate hummus, which I'll link that here too. And y'all, while we're talking random stuff, I keep monk fruit sweetener on hand. Now this is the one that I like. I don't know that it's any better or worse than any other one, but for one thing, this container of it is $9.46 maybe. So it's expensive. And I know that I like it. I know that I will use it. And I know that if I make something with it, the taste of the sweetener is not going to make me not like whatever it is that I make. Now I might make something gross, but it's not going to be gross to me because of the sweetener. So it's worth it to me for the price of the sweetener not to have to worry about not liking something because of like the squeege taste of the sweetener. So I keep monk fruit sweetener around, and I use it in that chocolate hummus is what made me think of that. But back to the chocolate hummus. I eat bananas with my chocolate hummus. I eat apples with my chocolate hummus, and I eat bananas, multiple bananas every day. And we've talked about this before. I don't know if bananas have anything to do with me not getting muscle cramps, but years ago, I was getting muscle cramps when I was working out, so I started eating bananas and I stopped getting muscle cramps. So is it causal? Is there a causal link there? I have no idea. But I like bananas and I don't like muscle cramps, so I'm going to eat bananas. So I keep fruit around. I eat fruit every day. I have fresh fruit. I have frozen fruit that I'm not going to get out of the freezer, but I keep that cherry berry blast. Did I actually say that right? It's cherry berry blend, isn't it? Cherry berry something from Walmart that I keep, that I thaw like little single-size servings of it to eat with my Greek yogurt in the mornings. I keep blueberries as well. And I keep cans. Well, we talked about the cans of no sugar added fruit that I eat with my my cottage cheese. I buy no sugar added pears and peaches, and I'll eat you can eat those just normal, and I will sometimes just eat a can of fruit, like a whole can of fruit, but most of the time I'll eat them with cottage cheese because it's just more filling. It bulks it up. So I keep the cans of fruit and applesauce. I didn't get my applesauce out, but I keep applesauce around all the time. I keep buckets of applesauce, and I keep the single-sized servings of applesauce in the fridge because sometimes the intern will grab one of those and eat it. And y'all, you got to be careful. And I give this caveat every time because I made this mistake once. Make sure you get the unsweetened applesauce because, of course, applesauce is sweet, but it's no sugar added because the other applesauce, if it doesn't say unsweetened, has sugar added, and it's very sweet, and it's a bunch of points, and you don't want to make that mistake, and it looks very much the same as the unsweetened one. So be very careful. Make sure you get the unsweetened applesauce. So fruit. I keep fruit around, and y'all, I will grab that bucket of applesauce, and I'm the only one that eats out of the bucket. Like the intern will eat the little things, but he won't eat out of the bucket. So when things are like super sketch and dicey and I'm about to make a really bad choice, I'll just grab the applesauce and eat straight out of the container because that's just how we roll here in the Shire. I know. Anyway, last thing I want to talk about is desserts. Y'all, I am a cockroach. I love sugar. I love sweet things. I have a sweet tooth. So I know that if I let that get ahead of me, get out of hand, or if I'm like, oh, I'll just have one little bite of a, no, you won't. No, you will not. You will eat the whole thing. So hence me gaining 5 pounds around my birthday when there was a birthday cake in the house. That's all we're going to say about that. So I keep sweet things around the house, but I keep sweet Weight Watchers friendly things around the house. I keep Smart Choice fudgesicles around the house. These are 2 points each. And again, same thing. It's like a single serving size. So you eat one, you're done. Or if you're really struggling and you want to eat 2, you eat 1, you count your 2 points, you go get another one, you eat another one, you count 2 more points. But they're like self-contained. So it's not like you're sitting down with like a whole big bucket of something going, oh, I think that was just 1 serving. Like this, for instance. Now, this is 300 calories for the whole container. So Halo Top ice cream is 2 points for half a cup. So you can measure out half a cup, or I believe, and y'all feel free to check me on this, I believe it's 3 points for 2/3 of a cup. And 2/3 of a cup is 1 serving, and there are 3 servings. So I think it's 9 points for the whole container. Now, y'all, if you're having a day and you need to sit down and eat you a pint of Halo Top ice cream and it's 9 points, please sit down and eat you a pint of Halo Top ice cream and count the 3 points and then brush it off and go on with your day. Because just think about the difference between a pint of Halo Top ice cream and say a pint of Haagen-Dazs or a whole, any of the other eating choices that you could make. And y'all, I'm not going to sit here and list all of the bad things you could eat. You know what they are. But if you need to make that choice, then I think this is a much better option than many other things that you can have. So Halo Top ice cream, and it's delicious, and I like it so much. Do y'all remember I told you about, this is the sea salt caramel one, and the middle of the thing, there's like a swirl of caramel in it, and there's kind of like a dollop of caramel in the middle, and I would go in to get me some ice cream, and there was always like a big old gouge out of the middle, and I'm like, what is happening to my ice cream? Let me tell you what was happening to my ice cream. The intern was happening to my ice cream. He was going in and eating the big dollop of caramel out of the middle of my ice cream. And I'm like, dude, can you explain to me what is happening here? He's like, yeah, that's the good bite. Seriously? No, I know. Grown-ass man. Anyway, so Halo Top ice cream, fantastic choice. Another great choice now. Y'all, I joke about the intern on here. I hope y'all know that I absolutely adore him and that he treats me better than I have any right to expect to be treated by anyone in the whole wide world. But, no, not but, and let me tell you this. So I don't eat these little ice cream sandwiches. Can y'all see these? These are the Mad Mini ice cream sandwiches, and they are, I had to write down, they are 3 points each. I don't know how many points they are because I don't eat them. Because look how little and cute they are. I would not stop at just 1. But here's what makes me laugh. This, you can tell this is not me, that it's out of the box. Now, I made him put it in a container in like a Ziploc bag, but it is out of the box. There is no barcode on here to scan so that if you're eating it and you're like, oh no, how many points is that? There's no scan like this. If I'm eating Halo Top ice cream and I'm like, I forgot about points, and I can scan it, or my popcorn or any of a number of things, I can scan all the food that I eat because I'm so afraid that I'm going to forget the points and have to scan it. That's how you can tell this is not me, because it's not in a scannable container. You can tell the intern did this. Anyway, y'all hang on a minute. Let me put the freezies back up and I'll be right back. I just saw in the freezer, I forgot, how did I forget imitation crab meat? That's another one of my like have to have on hand meat options. It does have points. I think it's 1 point per ounce, but check me on that if you're gonna like go with keeping that around. So we got our frozen desserts. We make a 1 point brownie, which I'll link here. It's like a little 1 bite brownie. Those are 1 point. I keep them on hand. I don't have any right now. I'm going to make some today, which I was going to have us make them together, but y'all, we've made them before. So we'll link to those. We don't need to make them together again, but they're super simple. Very easy to make. And if you make them, like scoop them out by a 1 tablespoon when you bake them, like I bake them in a little mini muffin tin thing. If you scoop it out, 1 tablespoon is 1 point. So I keep those little brownies on hand. We talked about hummus and y'all, popcorn. So not movie theater popcorn. This, like regular old Orville Redenbacher popcorn, I have a microwave popcorn popper that I will make, and I'll make like 2 or 3, which I don't even know if that's a single, like if one person is supposed to eat that whole thing. I don't know. I don't know what an actual human-sized serving of popcorn is, because I don't think in those terms, but popcorn is 0, it's corn. It's just corn, so it's 0 points. Now, you have to be careful because there are sprays and sprinkles and all the things you can put on it, which it has come to my attention that some people think that plain popcorn tastes like cardboard. I must like cardboard because I love plain popcorn, which is why I don't know why I did to myself what I did the other day with that butter on the popcorn at the movies. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, we're going to have to move past that. So, plain old popcorn, I keep this on hand all the time. I also have these little like single size servings. Did we mention these already? If so, sorry. But just like if I want to just grab one for a little taste. So these are the little skinny pops. They're the 80 calorie bag. Can y'all see that? So there are 80 calorie bags and 100 calorie bags. These are the 80 calorie bags, so it's 2 points. And then y'all know these, the off the eaten path. I get big old boxes of these at like Walmart or Sam's or Costco or somewhere. They're little like veggie crisp. They're kind of weird. They're kind of like, I don't know if you can see the picture, but they're kind of like rice cakes. They're good. I mean, they're weird but good, but I like them. And this little baggie is 3 points. And again, if I have a bag of them, even though I know that 15 is a serving, like I can count out 15 and put the bag up and I'm fine. But if I'm like, I'm in a hurry, make a sandwich, grab the bag, I'll just eat 15, no Holmes, you won't. So it's just, even though it's more expensive, it's just easier for me to have the single serving, whatever. The ones that are already portioned off for me so that there's no, like, I don't have to make any good choices. I just grab a baggie and I'm good. And again, if I grab 2 baggies, it's 6 points. And y'all, I will not cheat those points. Where I might like grab a handful and say, oh, that's 1 serving. For some reason, I'll do that. But if I have a 3-point thing, I count 3 points. Or if I have a 2-point thing, I count 2 points. That I was about to tell y'all another crazy. I'm not telling y'all that crazy. We're going to leave that one for another day. So we have those snacks. And y'all, I think that's about it. I'm sure there are a zillion things I'm forgetting. But that's all we're going to talk about today. And I was thinking we were going to make something, then I was thinking we weren't going to make something. I am going to make something. Let me get this cleaned up and I'll come back because I'm in the mood for something fun. So y'all sit tight and I'll be back. Y'all, I made a funnel cake. I was going to have us make it together, but then I got all excited and I went ahead and made it. And look, it cooked so fast I almost burned it. So y'all know how we make these. This is that, well, let me air quote, 2-ingredient dough. It's supposed to be 2 ingredients. It's supposed to be just self-rising flour and non-fat plain Greek yogurt, but we make ours fancy. So what I did was, it's supposed to be 1-to-1 self-rising flour and non-fat plain Greek yogurt. So I do 1/4 cup because to me that's 1 serving and it's 3 points. So I started with 1/4 cup of non-fat plain Greek yogurt. And I put in about a tablespoon of monk fruit sweetener and probably a little more than maybe 1.5 teaspoons, maybe 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And I stirred that up good. Then I put my 1/4 cup of self-rising flour into that. And then I put about another tablespoon of self-rising flour into it because it was too mushy because of the additional wet ingredients that I had put in the thing. So it's really 1/4 cup plus a tablespoon. So it's 3 points for the 1/4 cup of self-rising flour, plus however much you want to count for the additional tablespoon. So I'll count 4 points. I don't care, because y'all, I'm about to eat that whole funnel cake, because look how yummy this looks. Look. So I mixed it all up. I rolled it out, made it into a beautiful funnel cake spiral, stuck it in my air fryer. I put it a little bit too high. I put it a little bit north of 350, and I don't know how long it was in there, y'all. As long as it took me to wash up the dishes, I went to check on it and it was done. So I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes maybe. Keep an eye on these, y'all. Do not let them go too long like I almost did. But, oh, it's so good. It's a little bit chewy. Hang on. To me, it's a little bit chewy because it's that 2-ingredient dough. But because you do it in the air fryer, it gets it to lighten up a little bit. It's very tasty. That little bit of monk fruit sweetener and a little bit of vanilla in it gives a little bit of a funnel cake taste. And y'all, I just love it. And that's a big old snack for 3 points. So I'm going to eat my funnel cake. I'm going to do some PT because whatever it is that Katie did to me today is starting to kick in. So I'm going to do some PT and stretch out. Then I'm going to hit the couch with a book and my felons. So y'all, let us know in the comments, what things do you keep around the house to help you stay on track, especially when you're tired and you're hungry and you're afraid things are finna go south? Let us know in the comments. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you made it this far, we are most definitely friends. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. I upload food and fitness videos at the beginning of every week with some book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.